Hi there guys, and welcome back to the Tantrum Kitesurf podcast stroke videocast. Sorry about that awkward first 2 seconds. I haven't quite worked out how to set this video off remotely. As soon as I do, I'll try and cut that first 2 seconds out. But anyway, on to the topic of today. What we're going to talk about today is something that's very, very close to my heart and something that I've been fanatically interested in the last 2 years, especially as it applies to kitesurfing and extreme sports, and what extreme sports and kitesurfing can give us back in the study of it. And that is optimum or ultimate human performance. This idea of peak performance, this idea of how can we get more out of our everyday lives, how can we get more about kitesurfing, how can we get more about extreme sports, how can we just get more out of life in general, but specifically what can extreme sports and kitesurfing teach us about that process? Because I believe that these sports, there's such a gateway into this state, and it's so easy to achieve this state through these sports. This is why we keep coming back to the extreme sports. It's not that we're adrenaline junkies. I don't believe that. I personally do everything I can to avoid adrenaline. What I'm after is peak performance. I don't want to be scared. I want to be in the zone. I want to be at that point where suddenly everything's firing and I'm feeling great. And at that point, that's when it all comes together, and that's what keeps me going back out on the water. That keeps me going out, whether it's kitesurfing, whether it's surfing, whether it's skydiving, whether it's mountain biking, whatever. I choose to express it generally through water sports and kitesurfing, and more through surfing and other things like this as well, wakeboarding, whatever. But it's that feeling, that instant where suddenly we're ripped out of ourselves and the universe opens up in front of us. And I know you all know what I'm talking about here. Slightly esoteric, but we've all been there. That moment when everything just flows. And more we're going to be talking about that and how we use kitesurfing to get into that state, to use that state, to use it in our kitesurfing, to improve our kitesurfing, to improve our everyday lives, and using these extreme sports as the vehicle for doing that. So this is just a bit of a warm-up, just a bit of an intro session. As I say, we're going into this much more deeply over the next few months, weeks, years, and how we can bring our kitesurfing to the level of peak performance by using these techniques. Yeah, we all know the technique, the strategies for getting there. We've developed them over the last 10 years, and we're very good at them now, from getting you from zero to hero in a very short space of time. What I'm interested in now is how we can exponentially accelerate that time and apply it across not only your whole kitesurfing, but every single sport you do, every single activity you do, every single thing you do in life. And as I say, I believe that kitesurfing and extreme sports offer us the best gateway possible into that. Speak to you soon.